Oh, here we are, Wednesday, October 19th, 2022. I'm fat girl Larissa. Oh my god. I had craziest dream last night. I dreamt we're in my Auntie, Mama, and Pappy's basement. And they had this old sleeper sofa down there. Anyway, dreamt we were down in this basement, and it was around Christmas time, which made sense because we always used to go there on Christmas when I was real little, or around Christmas, I'd visit. Everybody was there. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my Uncle Joey and Aunt Peg, my cousin Joey and Brad. My cousins Joey and Brad were there. Warren and Jackie Joe weren't there. Diane wasn't there. And neither of my sister's husband or ex-husbands were there. And Omar wasn't there. It was just me. Right? My sisters, my cousins. And they were going on and on and on and on about, like, how great their life was and how worthless mine was. Right? How I was, an embarrassment to the family. And, how I needed to be locked up and I should be ashamed of myself and, like, all this stuff. And my grandma used to have ribbon candy when I was really little. Somebody in the family made it. Ribbon candy. There was all this ribbon candy. My grandma and grandpa, they were there, but you didn't see them. Like, they were upstairs. Like, it was, like, known. Like everybody, like, they were upstairs and everybody else was downstairs. Anyway, I kept eating this ribbon candy and it was, like, all stuck in my teeth. And finally, after I was just listening, I was being berated by everyone. And I finally said, I don't know what's wrong with all of you. I'm anything but embarrassment. I said, I've written 5 novels and an anthropological culinary text. That's what I said to them. In the past 3 years, I said, have any of you written a novel? Can any of you say that? And they all got real quiet. And I said, let me go get them. I went and grabbed the copies I have of them. And I threw them on the table in front of them. I said, you might be interested in looking at that culinary text. Well, everybody got real quiet. And then there were a bunch of people there who I didn't recognize too. They got upset. I think we need to leave. And they left, right? And then Joey and Brad were like, we're going too. I said, oh, what? I said, you can't take hearing the truth. And Uncle Joey and Aunt Peg were like, what's the truth? What's the truth? I said, the truth is that I've done a lot of work and I've gotten nothing for it. I said, and you keep berating me. Well, then I got all this candy and stuck in my teeth, and I start pulling this candy out of my mouth. And I'm pulling it out of my mouth, and it's like coming out in ribbons. I ate this ribbon candy, and I'm pulling this ribbon candy out of my mouth. It was really weird. But my teeth weren't coming out. It was just this candy was coming out of my mouth. And there was like this pile. I kept pulling this candy out of my mouth. And there was this pile of candy on the floor in front of me where I was pulling this candy out of my mouth. My dad gets all angry. And he starts yelling at me, don't start, Larissa. Don't start. Why are you starting this? I said, starting what? I said, why do I have to put up with this abuse constantly of everybody treating me like I'm a retard? That's what I said in my dream. And my mom's like, well, you're just fat. Turn around and look at your ass. And so she says to me in my dream. And I'm like, oh, come on. I said, like, you're one to talk about being fat. And then my sister comes in screaming and crying. And I'm like, what's the matter with you now? I said, don't you have enough horses? And and she's like, what did you drive here? Did you drive a blue Camry? I said, no. She goes through this list of cars. And I go outside, and somebody has stolen all the tires off all the cars out in the driveway. Except nobody was parked in the driveway. Everybody was parked up in the King's Motel parking lot that was next to my grandparents' house. And it was a crazy dream. My dad was like, I want to fight you. He like tried to throw fist. He wanted to have a fist fight with me. I'm like, okay. He tried breaking my finger. He's like, this is gonna hurt. And I'm like, don't break my finger. I bit him. In my dream, I bit him. Really weird dream. Ugh, must have a hole in my lip. Ugh. Dripping tea down my chin. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Weird dream. Weird dream. I had a weird dream I've had a bunch of weird dreams the past few days. I have. I've had all these weird dreams. Brody. Hey, Brody. Brody. Hey, Brody. Hey, Brody. Hey, Brody. Brody, were you snuggling with Mama last night? Were you snuggling? Were you snuggling with Mama? He was. He was snuggling. Were you Snuggly Bear? Were you Snuggly? Were you Snuggle Pup? You were Snuggle Pup. He was Snuggle Pup. He was totally snuggly. Totally snuggly last night. Him and Sassy both. Sassy was up here too. Dream was really weird. Oh my god. Speaking of dribbling, I watched the basketballs last night. I did. I watched them. Watched the Lakers lose. Oh. Who didn't see that coming? You have to be Nostradamus to know the Lakers weren't going to win that game. Anyway. My sewing machine's doing weird things again. I think it's because I've been doing so much sewing. Because I just had it, serviced. I have to take it back in. It's doing weird things. So my machine has a sensor. It's two sensors. It has a sensor to sense the top fabric and the bottom fabric, right? And you put it through the machine, whether they're the same or different. And then it automatically adjusts the tension based on the fabric. Well, normally when you sew, you're sewing same fabrics together or similar fabrics. And because of the work I've been doing, there's been all kinds of crazy stuff I've been putting through there, So I think that the tension sensor is going nuts. I don't know, we'll see. I'll turn it on today and see if it's still wigging out. Oh my god. I have cramps. Sometimes being a woman really sucks. A lot of the time being a woman really sucks. Did you hear that, Brody? Brody. Hey. What do you think, buddy? What do you think? Being a dog suck? Does it? Yes, no? Does it suck to be a dog? Come here. Hey. Why are you ignoring me? Hey. Hey. Normally, he'd be with his daddy, but he knows I'm not feeling great. No, what I have isn't contagious. It's monthly. Oh my God. So, I said I was going to make a clown suit yesterday, and I did. It's almost finished. But it's not totally finished. The very last thing that I need the machine to do is finish off the sash, right? The tie. And then attach the tie. It has the straps and everything. It's all finished and everything except for that. It's kind of an important part. I need to make a little belt loop for the back as well. Oh my God. My uterus is angry. It's angry. If it could talk, it'd be swearing right now. Anyway. Saw there's big protests going on in France. People are mad because shit's expensive and it's hard to get gasoline. People are mad. Wow. They're threatening Macron and his festival of fur. Oh, he does. He got that festival of fur. He's a furry, furry man. He's a furry Frenchman. I want to brush it. I want to brush it. Maybe if he let some ladies brush his fur, the protests would stop. Everybody'd be like, oh, look, he's furry and soft. Oh, and they're yammering about Liz Truss in England, saying, oh, it's all your fault. It's crazy. That woman's only had her office for what? A couple months? How can anything be her fault? How can anything be her fault? No, you got to warn Ukraine and y'all shut down half your nuclear plants. Turn your nuclear plants back on in France. And you'll have energy again. I heard that outside too, Brody. I don't know what that was. It's like a pop pop. I don't know what it was. Somebody shooting my chicken. Oh. I'm not making light of what's going on in Europe. It is terrifying. It's terrifying. I think people in the United States are far too complacent. Ugh. Getting a pimple. It's a pimple. A pimple right on the edge of my lip. Seriously, it's terrifying. I'm so glad I don't have sons. I mean, girls can sign up for the army too, but girls don't get drafted. All this LGBTQ stuff, they're gonna have to start drafting everyone. Right? We don't care what you have between your legs. You know. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Nobody cares about history anyway, right? Nobody cares about history. That's why there's history always repeating itself. Nobody wants to take the time to learn it. Learn from it. So we all got to keep doing it over and over again. I'm going to lay here and have cramps. Have a good day.